walked over there all five of the six of them. And just the way he looked at them, they shut up. I mean, he was, and of course, he spent time. So, I mean, he was a real combat soldier. But just his presence was enough to get those big guys.
Get the message.
Exactly.
Very messy. Yeah, down there, you have to drive. I think there is a lot
Yeah.
of homeless folks.
Now, yeah, it's not, down into bad shape, it's not the same.
I know that pharmacy now, it's the corner there goes down.
Yeah.
This one is downtown Atlanta. Get to where the underground is.
Oh, yes.
Underground.
Used to be wonderful.
Yeah.
Used to be wide open at 2 o'clock in the morning. No, you couldn't pay me to go. You couldn't pay me to go.
Well, Buckhead traffic is,
Oh, I get to
boy,
I went through Buckhead, right there where the old,
Part of the problem is
cuts over and Mount Paran, no, yeah, no, yeah, Mount Paran past the government,
yeah.
but right there in the corner, and it's like the empty buildings. Well,
what
this
is
was,
there?
no, straight up Peach Street, you come from
Okay.
Sandy Springs, straight up, and you go right into Buckhead.
Yeah, the office buildings are having a hard time.
Totally empty.
But our whole economic system. One thing that worries me more even than that is what artificial intelligence is going to do to human beings.
Yes.
And I don't know how that will itself out. Scary. When many years ago,
What happened? Where'd it go?
went to a conference over at Broken Deck, and they showed,
You got it working. It should be down there. The PowerPoint.
design.
Where? Here? Yeah. I know, but the screen that was up, oh, they got rid of it. The photo? Yeah. This is one here. Try. Thank you.
Configured themselves into opposing teams. It's about it. That's the part of it.
There's no rules. I mean, when all these data centers, they're built.
Oh, that, they need to move those far, far away.
Now, don't we have a lot of little Well, you got to be spend part of the city. It's good to see you.
I didn't want to either. My partner was like, let's get out and walk. You know, I did.
Which is very important because it is a pecan.
Oh, did he pronounce it correctly?
All right, we're going to call this meeting to order. Thank you all for being here tonight. Before we get started, I want to introduce our honorary mayor of the day, Jackson Carlisle, and I'll talk a little bit more about him later, but he's going to help run the council meeting tonight, so he said we'll be in and out of here in about 10 minutes. Does that sound all right to everybody? We do have with us tonight Reverend Catherine Davis with Smyrna First United Methodist Church, one of my preachers. Come on up and lead us in the invocation and pledge. Everybody please rise.
Thank you, Mayor and Mayor of the Day. If you join me in going to God in prayer. Gracious God, as we approach the final days of this year, we thank you for the gift of this community and the privilege to serve it. Bless our mayor and council members, granting them wisdom to navigate complex issues with integrity and fairness. We thank you for your continued care and protection of our first responders and for the care you continually bestow upon the family members of our diligent council. May all of their families know good health and sacred season. In this season of reflection and hope, remind us of our shared humanity and the needs of our neighbors. Guide our discussions towards decisions that promote justice, safety, and the care of everyone in this community we hold so dearly, especially the vulnerable. Help us to see beyond our differences, to listen with open hearts and open minds, acting with courage and conviction, reflecting the light and hope of the world in all of our efforts. May our gathering tonight be a testament to your guidance and a blessing to our city. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you for being here. Always appreciate you. We're going to move on now. We don't have any agenda changes. The mayoral report, we have a couple of items. I just want to say thank you to everybody for coming out for the coming home for the holidays. I don't know if we've ever had that many people, and it was so cold to welcome Santa to our town, and all of the school groups singing on the city hall steps and the market. It just felt like a nice small town moment and a really special thing for our city. So I appreciate that a lot. And I want to say a special thank you. At this time of year, y'all have heard me talk about Support Smyrna before. And that's the hyper-local nonprofit that helps the most vulnerable in our community. Every year we do, or this is the second year we've done this, Gift to Family program in coordination with some local Hunt Home Team, local group. And last year we were able to help 197 children have Christmas. These are from all of our local schools that wouldn't have had a Christmas otherwise. And this year we're up over 360 some children and most of those were adopted by local families. And what that means is that those families took it upon themselves to order the gifts, wrap the gifts, and get those. Just super excited about it, and I want to say thank you to this community for stepping up in a huge way, like we always do, to help out those less fortunate than us. I don't have anything else on the mayoral report except important I have to do, and that is introduce formally our mayor of the day, Jackson Carlisle. And he's here. We've got Scott and Kirsten Carlisle are here in the audience, his parents. They're no strangers to Smyrna. They once lived on Bank Street before a momentary lapse of judgment and moved down South Georgia, but they are back. They've got Smyrna Prep here in the Market Village. Jackson is 10 years old. He's in the 5th grade, and I learned at lunch today. We had lunch at Zuka, and then he had a police escort, special escort, over to the police station, and where he got to spend the afternoon with our first responders of the police and fire departments. He's a baseball player, he's a football player, and most importantly, he's a straight A student. And we just couldn't be happier to have Jackson here to help us run the meeting tonight. Thank you, Jackson, for being here. I have a certificate that I want to read and give to you, and then we'll go down and get some pictures. City of Smyrna, be it known that Jackson Carlisle has been bestowed with the esteemed title of Honorary Mayor of the Day. In recognition of his exceptional spirit, enthusiasm, and curiosity, Jackson Carlisle is hereby granted the full authority and admiration that accompanies the prestigious role of Honorary Mayor of Smyrna for this special day, given this 15th day of December, 2025. And I also have something that I don't give out very often, only in special occasions or those that have great accomplishments, is a mayor's coin. And on the back it says Mayor Derek Norton, City of Smyrna. It's got a picture of City Hall. And then on the front it's got our city seal, Smyrna Strong, Smyrna, Georgia. And I want to give you one of these in your certificate. And then I want to go down and get a picture with you, okay? Let's go down in front and get a picture. Jackson does have some speaking parts in this meeting, just not yet. All right, we got proclamations and presentations. One item is recognition from the Smyrna Veterans Committee, and our Mayor Pro Tem Tim Gould is handling this item. Mr. Gould.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I think as many of us know, the Veterans Committee does just really an outstanding job of recognizing and supporting veterans in Smyrna and across Cobb County. And year after year, they put together a wonderful Memorial Day celebration, a Veterans Day celebration, and really appreciate it. I want us to come on up and to be recognized, and I think you may introduce, maybe if you don't mind, if you introduce yourselves.
Yes. Mayor, Council, my name is Maher Abed. I'm the post commander.
I'm Ramona McCary, and I'm the chaplain for the auxiliary for Post 160, American Legion, 5th District, Smyrna, Georgia.
I'm George Boyd, retired lawyer and service person.
This gentleman, I think maybe you know, this is
Bert Turnell. I'm actually not a veteran, but I've had the honor to serve on the Veterans Committee with these folks for I don't know how many years, and they're such a great group of people that I'm really honored.
And thank you, Bert. And the reason we're here, actually, because we would like to recognize the service of Bert to our senior Smyrna Veteran Committee. So, Mona. So I'm going to read the citation. Thank you so much.
In grateful recognition of your continuous service and support above and beyond the call of duty, we hereby present to Bert Turnbull in appreciation of your effort on the behalf of Smyrna Veterans Committee and the American Legion Post 160, Smyrna, Georgia. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. I thought we were here maybe.
You want to say a few words?
I've said enough, actually. I'm actually flabbergasted. I had no idea. I really was just come and support these folks. They mean a lot to the community. We've done a lot of good things, and the veterans are just a really solid group. And all of these, there's so many more of them that aren't here. This shouldn't be anything about me. This should be all about these folks here. But thank you.
Well, we thank you again, and we continue to rely on you to help us out.
I'd like to say, I can project pretty well. I'd like to say that they always say about the Marines, if you want something done, you call a Marine.
That's right.
If you want something done in the city of Smyrna, you call Bert Turnbull.
You're way too kind. You're way too kind. Thank you.
Let's take a couple of pictures with the, if you don't mind.
Absolutely.
There you go, good.
Bert, congratulations, and thanks for putting 1,000% into everything you do for this city every single day.
Thanks again, Mayor and Council, for
Thank
your
you for
support.
being here.
Appreciate it.
I think we got him. I think he really was surprised. All right. Now we're going to go on to the rest of our agenda. We have number 7 is community development items. We have one item here that needs to be withdrawn at the request of the applicant. This is item A, zoning request Z25-014. I'll need a motion to approve the withdrawal. A motion by Councilman Lindley, second by Mr. Pickens. Everyone, please vote. And I should note that Councilwoman Hines is joining us virtually this evening. How do you vote, Ms. Hines?
In the affirmative.
And Mr. Welch is obviously not here. He had, and that's approved 6-0. All right. Item B, this is a public hearing, Z25-016, allow rezoning from LC to R15 conditional for the development of one single-family home, 0.57 acres, land lot 592, 1521 Roswell Street. In Ward 3, I'm sure Travis is going to want Joey to present everything.
Yes, sir. I'm Joey Stobbs, Planner 2 in the Community Development Department. This is zoning case C25-016. The applicant is Eric Neese. The Planning and Zoning Commission heard this on November 10th, and they recommended approval 6-0. Subject property is 1521 Roswell Street. It's a little over half an acre in Ward 3. There was previously a house on this lot that was demolished. It's got a limited commercial zoning currently, so it needs to be rezoned residentially to rebuild a house on the property. So that's what they're requesting, rezoning from LC to R15. As you can see on the zoning map, several of those properties on Roswell Street have commercial zoning. They'll all have to come through whenever they get redeveloped. The future land use is moderate density residential. That will not change. This is the proposed site plan. It'll have the R15 setbacks, except they're requesting a reduction on the east side. So the front setback's 35. The east side setback is 8 feet. The west side setback is 10 feet, and the rear is 30 feet. It's a side entry, single-family home, approximately 4,000 square feet and 32 feet in height. There's a detached garage that is 2 stories in the back of the property. They are required to have stormwater detention on the property, which they're locating in the rear yard. There are 5 variances requested. 4 of them are for the detached garage. One is to allow the side setback reduction from 10 feet to 8 feet on the east side, a driveway setback reduction from 5 feet to 2 feet, to allow a detached accessory structure greater than 25% of the primary structure. It's approximately 33%. Allow an increase in the accessory structure height from 15 feet to 18 feet, and to allow an increase in impervious coverage from 35% to 39%. And that is why they are required to have stormwater detention. These are proposed elevations for the main home and for the detached garage in the back. Some pictures of the property as it is today and some adjacent properties. Staff is recommending approval of the rezoning from limited commercial to R15 at 1521 Roswell Street for 1 single-family home. It'll have the standard conditions regarding the architectural composition. They'll have to meet the tree ordinance requirements. Standard conditions regarding the setbacks I mentioned, a minimum 22 length driveway. They will have to replace any curb, gutter, or sidewalk that's damaged during construction, and they'll be responsible for any water and sewer improvements. 13 and 14 tie this to the site plan and elevations submitted with the application. I'll be happy to answer any questions.
I think you wowed them, covered it all. I'd like to invite the applicant up. I'd like to add, if you'll state your name and address for the record and be sworn in by Mr. Cochran.
Yep. Yes. Hi, everyone. Eric Neese. I currently live in Whitfield Park and Williams Park. This property is about a 35-second walk from where I currently live for the last 11 years. Thank you all for your time tonight, Mayor of the day, and the council members and city staff. We really love Smyrna. Everything has to offer. We'd like to stay here another 25 plus years, hence why we would love to build our house here. I have 2 young boys, 5 and 2. I'm definitely going to have to tell them about Mayor of the Day. My son's going to be thrilled to hear that's a possibility in his future.
You said 5 and 2?
He's 5 and 2, yeah.
It gets easier.
Thank you. We're trying. So we'd love to be here for a long time. The variances necessary here are pretty minor and reflect a lot of what you'll see in Williams Park already, so we are planning to make a lot of similarities that are there. So any questions, happy to answer them.
Questions of the applicant? Thank you.
Thank you.
This is a public hearing. If there's anybody who wants to speak for or against this item, please come up now and be sworn in by our city attorney. All right, seeing none, we'll close the public hearing, and I'll turn it over to Councilman Lindley.
Mr. Mayor, and thank you to Mr. Neese. As he mentioned, he's been a longtime resident, but also a leader in Williams Park and in his current neighborhood. So I'm pleased that he's staying in Smyrna, first and foremost, and building a beautiful home. With that, motion do pass.
And a second, everyone please vote. Ms. Hines.
I vote in the affirmative.
That's approved 6-0. Easiest meeting you ever went to. All right. We'll move on now to item C. This is approval of ordinance 2025-012, dealing with our alcoholic beverage ordinance to add specific definitions relating to distilleries.
Mr. Jones, the background, please.
Stillfire Brewing has expressed a desire to manufacture distilled spirits in the facility that's under construction, and the city's alcohol beverage ordinance is silent on distilleries. The city updated the zoning ordinance in 2018 to address zoning requirements for breweries and distilleries, but distilleries weren't added as an available license to the city's alcoholic beverage ordinance. Distilleries fall under a separate classification under State of Georgia Code and are permitted to operate separate from breweries and wineries. The Community Development Department has reviewed the application and is proposing a code amendment to the alcoholic beverage ordinance to address the licensing requirements, and staff recommends approval.
Thank you, Mr. Jones. Is there any council discussion on this item? Questions? All right, I'll entertain a motion to approve item C. By Mr. Oglesby, do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Gould. Signs.
Vote in the affirmative.
That's approved unanimously, 6-0. Thank you. We have a few privileged license and show cause hearing items, item A, B, and C. The first, item A, is privileged license change of ownership, existing alcohol license. This is at 5350 United Drive, Suite 106, in Ward 7.
Mayor, this is a routine renewal. The department did the background and failed to reveal any information. Yeah, I usually get heard pretty well on that, but so Smyrna Police Department failed. Their conducting of the background investigation failed to reveal any information that would preclude the issuance.
I'd like to invite the applicant up. State your name and address for the record, and
Jay Patel, I'm 5350 United Drive, Syracuse is New York Pizza. I'm hoping some of you have been there. Kind of a bit nervous.
then Ward 7, Mr. Oglesby.
Yeah, Syracuse is one of my most favorite
I'm
pizza
glad.
places. Not to mention the pasta too. So
The new restaurant owner giving you compliments too.
right. You're going to keep the same offerings, I hope, right?
No, nothing's changing. I'm just,
awesome.
keeping the recipe the same, and it's a change of ownership more than anything.
Awesome, great. I guess
Yeah.
you went through all the proper protocols to get to this point.
Yeah.
Awesome, great. Well, thank you. Wait, welcome.
Well, next time you see me, come say hi, anyone. I'm there.
absolutely.
For sure.
I'm there quite a bit, so.
Any questions?
bet.
Thank you.
We're good?
Anybody that wants, is this a public hearing? Is anybody that wants to speak for or against this item, please come up now. Seeing none, we'll close that. I'll turn it over to Mr. Oglesby.
Hey, so moved.
I move approval by Mr. Oglesby. Do I have a second? Second by Mr. Pickens.
Everyone, please vote.
Ms. Hines.
I vote in the affirmative.
Okay. That's approved unanimously. We look forward to seeing you soon. Item B, this is another privilege license request. Beer and wine pouring, 4924 South Cobb Drive. J&F Restaurant LLC, doing business as Taste of China. In Ward 7, I'd like to invite the applicant up. Good evening.
Good evening.
Oglesby.
Hey, welcome to the neighborhood.
Thank you.
So, what are your offerings?
We sell the Chinese food, and most customer ask us for sell like beers, alcohol, so we decide to apply for that.
Awesome. This will be dine-in?
Yes.
Great. You've gone through all the proper classes and training?
Yes, we will train our staff for check the ID and follow the rules.
Great, thank you. I yield back.
Any questions? Thank you.
Thank you.
This is a public hearing. Anybody for or against this? Please come up and be sworn in by our city attorney. All right, seeing none, I'll turn it over to Councilmember Oglesby.
I recommend approval as written.
Motion to approve, do I have a second? Second by Mr. Gould.
Everyone, please vote.
Ms. Hines.
I vote in the affirmative.
Approved 6-0, thank you. The last item under privilege license, new request. This is for Stillfire Brewing, doing business as Stillfire Brewing with Aaron Business as the agent. Is Aaron here? He is. I didn't even see you sitting back there. Hey, Aaron. Come on up.
How's it
First
going?
question is, when's that thing gonna open?
It's looking pretty good.
Yeah, good,
No,
yeah,
we're looking at end of February. Let's getting close.
This is in Ward 3.
Good evening, sir, and we're glad you're here in February. You've taken all the requisite courses and understand the burden of the license?
Yes, sir.
Further questions relating to this license? No? All right. This is a public hearing. Anybody who wants to speak for or against this, please come up and be sworn in. Seeing none, we'll close the public hearing. I'll turn it over to Mr. Lindley.
Pass as presented.
Motion to pass. Do I have a second? Second by Mr. Pickens.
Everyone, please vote.
Ms. Hines.
I vote in the affirmative.
Okay. That's approved 6-0. Man, we're looking forward to that opening. That's been fun to see being built, for sure. Y'all put that thing up fast. Took a while. Well, once you got going, though, it's been great. All right, we're going to move on to formal business. We have tonight several appointments to various boards and committees and some other formal business. So we'll get started. Item A is do we really want to do this, y'all? Appointment of Mike Jones, City Administrator, to serve as the License and Variance Board Chairperson, Richard Garland as Vice Chair, and Andrea Worthy as a regular member, effective January 1st, 2026. This is, we're just moving things around on that board and pretty straightforward. May I have a motion to approve item A? So moved by Mr. Lindley.
Second.
Second by Ms. Wilkinson.
Everyone, please vote.
Ms. Hines.
I vote in the affirmative.
All right, and that's approved 6-0. Item B is the approval of the appointment of Ward 3 resident Karen Douglas to the KSB board for a 2-year term to expire 2027. Mr. Lindley.
Ms. Douglas is a longtime resident and has graciously accepted the pass.
Motion to pass. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Wilkinson.
Everyone, please vote.
Hines.
I vote in the affirmative.
Good, you gonna vote? He was just thinking about he had to really consider that vote heavily. And that's approved 6-0. Item C is approval of Ward 1 resident Ian Toomey to the Smyrna Planning and Zoning Commission for a 2-year term. Mr. Pickens.
Thanks, Mayor. I'm really excited that Ian agreed to serve, and looking forward to see him on the board, and grateful for Charlie serving the last 5 years. So make a motion to approve.
Have a motion to approve. Do I have a second? Second by Mr. Lindley.
Everyone, please vote.
Ms. Hines.
I vote in the affirmative.
That's approved 6-0. All of our reappointments we put on the consent agenda, but these are all new volunteers that have stepped up to serve in different capacities, and when they do that for the first time, item D, approval of the appointment of Ward 6 resident Jeff Carter to the Smyrna Planning and Zoning Commission for a 2-year term to expire December 31st, 2027. Mr. Gould.
Mr. Mayor, very pleased Mr. Carter accepted the invitation to serve on the Planning and Zoning Commission, and well-known around town and entrepreneur, and really appreciate and look forward to his input. Thank you, Jeff. That, Mr. Mayor, I'd like to approve item 9D as previously.
Have a motion. Do I have a second? Second by Mr. Lindley.
Everyone, please vote.
Ms. Hines?
I vote in the affirmative.
That's approved 6-0. Thanks for always being involved in the community and all the different things you do, and for the corn maze and all that stuff. We love your energy, and thanks for your service. Item E, approval of Ward 7 resident A.J. Davis to the Smyrna Parks and Rec Commission. Mr. Oglesby.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'm extremely excited that Coach A.J. Davis has accepted the invitation. He's been active in our community with the youth sports, coaching the track team as a head coach for over a decade, putting a lot of kids in D1 colleges all over the country and future Olympians. So I would like to recommend Coach A.J. as written.
Motion to approve Coach A.J. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Gould.
Everyone, please vote.
Ms. Hines?
I vote in the affirmative.
Gould is considering his vote carefully. All right, we're approved 6-0. Mr. Gould's birthday today, so I don't know what's going on, but he's a little bit slower than normal. That's okay. Is Coach Davis excited about what we're doing at Campbell Middle School? Or what could be done at Campbell Middle School?
Extremely excited.
Extremely. Good, I'm excited too. All right, we're through those appointments. We're gonna move on now to item F. This is authorization for commercial signs to complete our digital sign upgrades for an amount not to exceed $202,000. We're gonna have some really new, awesome signs around town that are the next evolution of what we have now, those digital signs. This is gonna be so much better with LED screens. Mr. Jones, any background, please?
Yes, sir. In August of 25, the council approved an award of RFP 25024 to commercial signs. This was for the citywide signage updates, which included the city's new logos and colors, but there was no approved budget for the digital items. So on October 6th of this year, the council amended the general fund budget using general fund balance to provide the funding. This was bid out. Commercial Signs has won this, and as you mentioned, this will replace all of the existing digital sign boards and then add one that was previously taken offline. I've looked at the new ones. They are fantastic. They will be able to allow us to provide much, much better communication if you're driving through the corridors, the major corridors of the city of Smyrna. Staff recommends approval, and my understanding is that we'll have these in place in the next 8 weeks.
That's outstanding. Any discussion?
May I have a motion?
Motion to pass by Mr. Lindley. Do I have a second? Second by Mr. Gould.
Everyone, please vote.
Ms. Hines?
I vote in the affirmative.
That's approved 6-0. Item G, this is approving a master services agreement, continuation with Axon Enterprise for the police department, a total amount of $2,749,974.40 through fiscal year 2030 to be paid from the general fund police administration departmental budget for 2026.
Ms. Jones, the background, please.
Yes, sir, Mayor Carlisle. So this will be a master services agreement with Axion. This will consolidate multiple existing agreements that we currently have with this company. It'll consolidate all the existing contracts under a single umbrella agreement. 2.75 through 2030 is for the master service agreement. $452,000 will come in this fiscal year, 2026, be paid for the general fund police administrative department budget. And we ask for the mayor to be authorized to sign and execute all related items.
Thank you, Mr. Jones. Any discussion? Move approval by Mr. Lindley. Do I have a second? Second by Mr. Oglesby.
Everyone vote, please.
Ms. Hines?
I vote in the affirmative.
That's approved 6-0. Item H, This is authorization to approve 12 retractable bollards from K-12 Defense, a sole source based manufacturer in an amount not to exceed $244,957.48 to be funded from the 2022 SPLOST. This is to replace those bright orange and white barricades that we have to keep moving back and forth when we close King Street and have other events down here. It's going to be a really good welcome improvement to the downtown. Is there anything you want to add, Mr. Jones?
Mayor, so this will go, as you mentioned, in the downtown area. These are the areas that are routinely blocked off for various events. These are very similar to the ones that are used in the Battery. They're retractable and very, very, very effective. The oversight will be done by a qualified contractor. It's a K-12 defense installer, very reputable firm that's used to doing this, and very excited to have these in place.
And when they're there, they're going to keep our people safe during those events. So I'm really excited about this. Is there any discussion? Okay.
May I have a motion?
Motion to approve by Mr. Lindley. Do I have a second? Second by Mr. Pickens.
Everyone please vote.
Ms. Hines.
I vote in the affirmative.
That's approved 6-0. Item I, we're zipping through this, aren't we? It's not going to be 10 minutes, but we're doing pretty good. Approval of fiscal year 2026 pay scale adjustments, cost of living pay adjustments, and staff merit increases effective on the January 8, 2026 payroll. This is us taking care of the people that take care of us and you. This is for our staff. Mr. Jones, background, please.
Mr. Mayor, so each year, the cost of living and pay adjustments and merit increases for staff members, they're included in the annual budget as a contingency line item for each fund. This action will validate the actual dollar amount that will come from the general fund. The federal estimate was 3.6% for COLA. We're adopting 3%, and then there will be additional merit increases of up to 2.5%. Those will be based on ratings for each of the employees. I've received calls from 3 department heads. They've let me know that their staff very much appreciates what the mayor and council has put forward year after year, and it does not go unnoticed. Certainly, we recommend approval of this action. Thank you very much for your consideration.
I would venture to say that our turnover here in Smyrna is unlike other municipalities that churn through folks. People tend to stay here because we take care of them, and we've got a great staff. Is there any discussion? Okay.
May I have a motion?
Do pass by Mr. Lindley. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Wilkinson and Mr. Gould at the same time, and Mr. Oglesby.
Vote.
Ms. Hines.
I vote in the affirmative.
That's approved 6-0. Thank you all. Item J, this is a renewal of Georgia Firefighters Cancer Benefit Program with GMA and GERMA for 2026 for an annual premium of $7,145.50. This is something that we have to do every year to continue this program. Mr. Jones, anything to add?
Sir, this falls out of House Bill 146, was adopted back in 2018. So all legally organized fire departments in the state of Georgia are required to provide this coverage, and it provides financial protection to the firefighters as well as their families in the event they contract cancer attributed to the job. The program provides a lump sum cancer benefit as well as long-term disability coverage for the firefighters. Certainly support this going forward.
Any discussion?
May I have a motion?
Move approval by Mr. Pickens. Do I have a second? Second by Mr. Lindley.
Everyone please vote.
Ms. Hines. Be quicker than that, Ms. Wilkinson. Voted in the affirmative, okay? And that's approved 6-0. Item K, authorization to approve RFP 26-011, trenchless rehab, storm and sanitary sewer pipelining as recommended by the evaluation team's assessment to 3 companies that submitted proposals: Utility Asset Management, Federal EC LLC, and Agen Construction and Rehabilitation Services. Mr. Jones, any background, please?
So this is a necessary utility maintenance item for both sanitary sewer lane and storm drain rehabilitation. This also covers emergency responses as requested. We sent out an RFP 26-011. We had 8 responses, and we are recommending retaining 3 of those 8.
Thank you.
Any discussion?
None? Motion by Mr. Lindley, second by Ms. Wilkinson.
Everyone please vote.
Ms. Hines?
I vote in the affirmative.
That's approved unanimously. Item L, this is Ricky Oglesby's almost $1 million dock. Authorization to approve Board Safe Docks, a sole source-based contractor to perform the Riverview Park dock redesign and reconstruction in an amount not to exceed $994,257 to be funded from the 2022 SPLOST. This is the dock down in Ward 7 that got wiped out when the flood happened and all the river rose, and we're going to put it back much better than we had it. That has handicap accessibility and some connection points that Mr. Jones will describe to us.
Yeah, so this was the damage was done by Hurricane Helene back in September of '24. Significantly damaged the dock. Anyone who lives down in the Riverview area is very familiar with this. So we looked at a couple of different options, and we went with a contractor that designs it, builds it, oversees the construction of it. This is being done in partnership with the Trust for Public Land. They're putting a trail through, and we had the contractors redesign the dock that was there. So this will allow disability access directly from the trail, directly onto the dock, and will also provide kayak launch. So it's much, much better than what was there before, and it'll be fully integrated for what the Trust for Public Land is already investing down in that part.
Mr. Oglesby, anything to add?
No, he covered it. I think the region as a whole are going to benefit and love it. We're definitely going to be happy to see the big tree going off the dock, and we're excited. Thank you. I yield back.
May I have a motion?
Move approval by Mr. Oglesby. Do I have a second? Second by Mr. Pickens.
Everyone please vote.
Ms. Hines?
I vote in the affirmative.
Approved 6-0. Thank you. Item M, authorization to amend the fiscal 2026 adopted water and sewer fund budget to increase the water distribution departmental budget in the amount of $50,000 to provide additional funding for sewer outfall clearing.
Mr. Jones, the background, please.
Certainly. So this is some additional maintenance that needs to be done to the sewer easements where the sewer lines run to allow maintenance and access to those lines. In 2026, the adopted budget included $65,000 for the sewer outfall clearing. We have exhausted those dollars and are asking for another $50,000. Full disclosure, that probably will not get us where we need to be. These easements have gone ignored for many, many years. Idea is that we'll get these things cleared and be doing this on an annual basis. So we ask for an additional $50,000 to continue this work.
Thank you, Mr. Jones. Any discussion?
Have a motion?
Do passed by Mr. Lindley. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Wilkinson.
Everyone please vote.
Hines.
I vote in the affirmative.
Approved 6-0. Item N is approval of resolution 2026-001 for the implementation of adopted dates, times, and place for regular business meetings of this mayor and council. Mr. Jones, any background?
So this is regular maintenance for the city moving forward. We adopt at the end of each year.
Any discussion?
May I have a motion?
Passed by Mr. Lindley. Do I have a second? Second by Mr. Gould.
Everyone, please vote.
Ms. Hines.
I vote in the affirmative.
That's approved 6-0. Item O, O, P, and Q are resolutions that we have to do every year on our 911 charges. So the first one is authorizing, this is item O, authorizing a 911 charge on postpaid wireline, wireless, and voice-over internet protocol telephone servicing within the city of Smyrna. Mr. Jones, anything on these three items?
No, sir. So the State Public Service Commission asked that the council vote on these independently. One is, as the mayor just read out, the second one will be prepaid, and the third one will be the official adoption and continuance of the 911 service.
Any discussion, council, on this? Okay,
May I have a motion?
motion to pass item O. Do I have a second? Second by Mr. Pickens.
Everyone, please vote.
Ms. Hines.
I vote in the affirmative.
All right, I'll entertain a motion on item P. Pass as previously read by Mr. Gould. Do I have a second? By Mr. Lindley. I think you got in there.
Everyone, please vote.
Ms. Hines.
I vote in the affirmative.
That's approved 6-0. And then I'll entertain a motion on item Q as read by Mr. Jones. Move approval by Mr. Pickens. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Wilkinson.
Everyone, please vote.
Ms. Hines.
I vote in the affirmative.
Almost there, Ms. Hines. Almost. That's approved 6-0. Now we're on to item R. We had a presentation on Thursday, and there's been an agreement in the works, and I'm excited about this because this is going to make City of Smyrna residents safer. This is authorization to enter into an agreement with Flock Group, Flock Safety, for subscription to Flock Safety, the Safe City program, to include unmanned air support service addendum, the drones, law enforcement product addendum, and Safe City program addendum, together with the integration and implementation services for a cumulative total amount of $5,717,500 to be paid over a 10-year period with the right to terminate if the city so chooses. So we're not hamstringing future councils, and this is a tiered contract where we pay a little at the front and then it goes from there. This is from the 2026 adopted general fund budget, and we're increasing the police administration departmental budget in the amount of $123,500, which is the amount due at signing. This is also from general fund. Mr. Jones, background, please.
Mayor, you used the word excited, and certainly we are. We've had Flock come in. They've given us multiple presentations. There's amazing examples of how this will be used. We are currently using this service and are expanding it by about 70 additional camera and license plate. We have 11, I believe, today. So to give you an idea of how that compares, the city of Dunwoody has about 100 already in place. So we're getting there. This will also allow 2 remote-launched aerial drones to provide oversight coverage to incidents, whether that be fire, civil discourse, police events. Again, you mentioned this is a 10-year contract and that the city does reserve the right to terminate if it chooses not to appropriate at any time during the course of this agreement. We strongly recommend approval and endorsement of both the fire department and the police department, and we're excited about getting started.
And this is not only the license plate readers that catch the bad guys that are either in our town or come through our town from somewhere else, whether it's an incident in Atlanta that we've all experienced where they end up here and the camera triggers a red flag and it goes to PD. But it's also been explained to me that this is a force multiplier for our public safety personnel. For instance, if there's a wreck at Atlanta Road and Concord Road, they send a drone to see if that's a fender bender or if it needs more attention, rather than sending 2 police cars, a fire engine, a ambulance, and everything else. So without having to use all of those resources, just being smarter with our resources and quicker to respond. They said those drones can get to those incidents in less than 3 minutes anywhere in the city.
It's incredible. We'll have one located on the north part of the city and one on the south part of the city. And the way these things are used, it continues to impress how program can be rolled out. We get Amber Alerts on our phones, our cell phones all the time. This is an additional 71 eyes that do nothing but look for those things. And it doesn't matter what the issue is, they're always watching. You put that data in there. I wish the public could see the presentations that we have all seen. It's impressive, and it absolutely is a force multiplier.
Other cities around Metro Atlanta that have this capability, Dunwoody has, I think, 80 cameras, Brookhaven. It's just going to be a great thing for our city, keeping us safer. Is there any discussion or commentary from council? No?
I just want to say I'm very happy about this.
Oh, Ms. Hines. Say that again.
I just want to say I'm very happy about this. As a person who's been a prosecutor for 20-something years, this is revolutionary for what we need when we need to try to find people and evidence. So with that, I so move to approve this item.
Make a motion to approve? Well, did you have something you wanted to say first, Mr. Gould? Sorry, she's kind of stole your thunder.
No, I mean, just in support of what Ms. Hines said, right? It's, as you said, Mr. Mayor, just helps us use our public safety personnel smarter, more effectively protect our residents, and keep our community safe.
All right, we got a motion on the floor from Ms. Hines to approve. Do we have a second? Second by Mr. Lindley.
Everyone, please vote.
I think he was about to make a motion, and then Ms. Hines got in there before he did. That's passed 6-0. So glad. All right, we're now on to the consent agenda.
Ms. Jones, please read the consent agenda for council approval.
You want to take a breath before you get started
Yes,
here?
absolutely.
This is the first time I've seen a consent agenda that has double letters at the end. So y'all kick back and relax a minute while Mr. Jones does his thing here.
If this was a football, this is where we would do the halftime show. So there are 28 items on the longest consent agenda I've ever seen. The first 3 items of these are council meeting notes, the November 13th committee of the whole meeting, the November 17th pre-council meeting, and the November 17th council meeting. The next one's items D through R are reappointments to various boards. We have Urban Design Commission appointments, Downtown Development Authority appointments, Keep Smyrna Beautiful board appointments, reappointments for Parks and Recreation Commission. There are a second appointment, approval of a reappointment for Parks and Rec, a third Parks and Rec reappointment, a fourth Parks and Rec reappointment, and an appointment to Smyrna Planning and Zoning Commission, a second Smyrna Planning and Zoning Commission, and then we have an approval of reappointment to the Smyrna Housing Authority, and we have a approval of a reappointment of a Ward 5 resident to Smyrna Parks and Rec Commission for a 2-year term, and then we have approval and reappointment of a Ward 2 resident to the Keep Smyrna Beautiful Board, also for a 2-year appointment. Approval of a reappointment of a Ward 2 resident for the Smyrna Planning and Zoning Commission for a 2-year appointment, and approval and reappointment of a Ward 7 resident for Keep Smyrna Beautiful for a 2-year appointment, and approval and reappointment of a Ward 5 resident to Smyrna Planning and Zoning Commission for a 2-year appointment. Approval of amendment number 5 to the Community Development Block Grant. This is for fiscal year PY23 Sub-Recipient Agreement CD 23-C23S8, and extends a termination date for the agreement to June 30th of 2026. There's a approval of amendment 4 to an existing Community Development Block Grant. This is a PY24 subrecipient agreement, CD24-C24S8. We have an approval of amendment number 2 to an existing community development block grant, PY25. This is a subrecipient agreement number CD25-C25S8. We have an approval for a special event permit for Atkins Park through Redbird Events to hold the annual Oyster Fest in Smyrna Market Village. An approval of a special events permit for Atkins Park and Zuka through Redbird Events to hold the annual St. Patrick's Day Festival. Approval of a special event permit for Atkins Park through Redbird Events to hold the 24th annual Crawfish Boil in the Smyrna Market Village. We have approval of the Smyrna Little League Opening Day Parade on Saturday, March 24th of 2026, starting at 8:30 a.m. with rolling road closures and police presence. Authorization for installation of no parking signage on Reed Street between Church Street and Love Street. And the approval to use council chambers for the 2026 quarterly joint ward meetings for wards 1, 3, and 6 on January 4th, April 5th, July 12th, and October 4th of 2026. And finally, authorize the final disbursement to Baldwin Pavement for Windy Hill Boulevard project, withholding $175,000 of that as liquidated damages back to the city, and approval of settlement of actions between Baldwin and the city for dismissal and mutual release of all claims, and formally approve the authorized outstanding change orders that were made in the field during the project, and then authorize the mayor to sign the documents finalizing this project. Thank you.
Mayor Norton, just one quick correction, please. On item Y, the date of the parade will be March 14th, not the 24th.
March 14th, not the 24th, okay. Did I hear you say final Windy Hill action?
I did indeed.
And am I glad about that? I know everybody else is too.
May I have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
We have a motion to approve by Mr. Lindley. Do I have a second? Second by Mr. Pickens.
Everyone, please vote.
Signs. Oh, she's gone. Okay, all right. And that's approved 5-0. We're now to the citizen participation portion of our meeting. Is there anybody? I don't have anybody signed up. Is there anybody who wishes to speak tonight? Yes, sir. You'll state your name and address for the record, sir.
My name is Stephen Jones, and I live at 2823 Spring Drive, Smyrna. And just wanted to make a comment and say the year's coming to a close, and I wanted to say that I appreciate each and every one of you for serving our city. I know your job is not easy, and I really do appreciate all your sacrifice. And I just want to say I'm grateful to be able to live in Smyrna 49 years now. That says it right there, doesn't it? My parents, 64 years. So we're just happy to be here, happy to be in this county. It's a wonderful county. This is just a great location. And just wanted to share that my thankfulness and gratefulness to have the opportunity to live here. Thank you.
Thank you for those comments. We appreciate that. I don't know if anybody wants to follow that or not, but if there's anybody else that wants to speak. All right, did you want to speak? Come on. Hey.
Olivia Wise, I'm chair of Keep Smyrna Beautiful. I just want to thank you all for the approvals and reaffirmations of several of our board members and new appointments as well. And grateful for all that you all do, and looking forward to 2026, so thank you.
We appreciate y'all's work and all of these appointments and reappointments. These are people who are giving their time and talents to this city to serve in various ways, and we're appreciative of all of y'all, so thank you very much. As a former board member of Keep Smyrna, really appreciate y'all a lot. We'll move on to ward and staff reports and start tonight with Mr. Glenn Pickens.
Thank you, Mayor. This is the last meeting of the year, so I'd just like to wish everyone a great Christmas and Happy New Year's. And to kick off next year, Travis, Tim, and I will have a joint town hall in this room January 4th at 4:30.
And there'll be a dunk tank at that meeting. Mr. Lindley.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, and thank you, Mayor, for the day. Great job. This has been a long meeting, so great job. A reminder that the special election, I believe, is tomorrow, Heather. So for everybody in Smyrna, if you've not voted, please get out and vote. To echo Mr. Pickens, happy holidays to everybody. Look forward to a great new year. As always, a huge thanks to our staff. It has been a great Christmas season, and the city looks great, so huge thanks to all of them. And Stephen, thank you for your comments. You said 69. It reminded me of Tim's birthday today. So happy birthday. You don't look 69, so happy birthday. I yield.
Ms. Wilkinson.
Yes, I want to thank the staff for a wonderful Christmas tree lighting last Tuesday, and also tonight we had a wonderful Hanukkah celebration that was still going on when we left to come here for our meeting. I want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, and a Happy New Year.
Mr. Gould.
Thank you,
I said Mr. Gould.
Speak up. Catching a little mid-meeting nap. Let's see. Again, I want to recognize the Veterans Committee. They do a great job of supporting our veterans, and really appreciate them being here to honor a wonderful staff member, Bert, and for all the hard work that he does. So, secondly, just want to echo the comments. Tomorrow is Election Day. Please get out and vote. It's a selection of our state senator. So in these smaller elections, every vote matters. So please come on out and vote. Merry Christmas and happy holidays. Happy Hanukkah.
Mr. Oglesby.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'd like to wish everyone a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Also, would like to let everyone know that we'll be having a Ward 7 Town Hall meeting January the 13th at the Public Safety facility here in Smyrna near the ward, so it'll be right there in our area. We'll also, shameless plug, if I might, I've recently doing soft openings for my new jazz restaurant, and I want to invite the community out now. I think we're ready to receive some other people that we may not know personally. So this Wednesday we'll have some wine tastings, and in the evening, Thursday we'll have dinner. Friday will be lunch and dinner, and Sunday we'll have breakfast, a little brunch, okay? So come out and enjoy a beautiful facility on 821 Concord Road, about 3 minutes from here, in the Concord Corners Shopping Center. I yield back.
Concord and South Cobb Drive, the Indigo Room.
The Indigo Room is the name. You can find us on Instagram, Indigo Room Smyrna.
Jones.
Mayor, only thing I would add is Tim pointed out that one of our staff members, Bert, was honored here tonight. And as a former veteran, the Smyrna Veterans Committee couldn't have picked a better honoree. And the pastor that talked about Bert and said, if you get in trouble, call a Marine. But in Smyrna, if you get in trouble, call Bert. We have a lot of great employees, and it's difficult to figure out what any one of those do. But Bert Turnell is an amazing asset for the city of Smyrna. He serves tirelessly, and it was fantastic to see him honored tonight. He's an asset to this city and the citizens of Smyrna.
Mr. Cochran. Heather.
Just a note on the precinct information for voting tomorrow. It is the Senate District 35 special runoff election. You vote in your normal precinct that you vote on election day, and if you do not know where that is, if you will visit the My Voter page or go to Cobb County Elections, there's a link there as well to be able to access that information, and polls are open from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m.
I'll echo what Ms. Wilkinson said. We came straight to our meeting tonight from the 7th annual menorah lighting over at Bronner, and I think that crowd has gotten bigger and bigger every year. So great event, Happy Hanukkah to everybody. Merry Christmas. Hope you have a happy holiday season and a great new year. I think this has been a really good year for the city of Smyrna, and I look forward to what's ahead. And I thank you for the privilege of representing you. It's one of the great honors of my life. With that, I will say good night from the Jonquil City. Of the day, Jackson, who did a great job tonight.